Thank you very much. Well, good evening, everyone. Good evening, oh, come on, you can do better than that. Good evening. You don't all have to call me sir. Well, it's wonderful to be here. Who turned the heating on? Oh, you should be under these lights. It's really warm. Well, it's wonderful that you could all make it to this wonderful weekend that MMA puts on each year, and to the Festival of the Arts concert. There's been a lot going on today. I hope you've had a chance to see all the artwork and some of the marvelous stuff that's been going on there. For this part, this is the musical part, and what we're going to do is we're going to showcase pretty much everything that we do in the music department here at the Academy. There should be something for everyone, let's say that. What do you think of the drums, our core of drums? Yeah. Well, that's our very own MMA core of drums, and they were expertly led by Robert Moore there. Hopefully next year we'll be having brand new drums. They're a bit noisy, weren't they? Wait until the second half when you hear the rock band. That's noise. Anyway, I'm going to try and cut the chat down to a minimum. I do tend to go on a little bit, but I need to keep it short because we've got lots of awards and prizes, not prizes, but awards to give out this evening. We opened the march, the program with a march called the Rise of the Cosmic Centurions, and then we went into Olympic Spirit by the pen of John Williams, and then we finished with cadences in between, and then we finished off with, of course, Stars and Stripes Forever by the March King himself, John Philip Sousa. Well, we're going to continue the program now, and when I was putting a program together, I wanted to play music that covered the time period of the Missouri Military Academy. And this piece fits absolutely perfectly. It was composed just a little earlier than this school was founded. It was composed in 1880 by Johann Brahms, the famous German composer. Now, he was awarded an honorary doctorate from Breslau University in Germany, and he was a bit of a joker, Johann Brahms, and the dean of the university wanted him to write something very highbrow and very, very academic. And what he did, he used to hang out with all the students, and he decided that what he would do, he'd compose a piece made up of German drinking songs and call it Academic Festival Overture. So please enjoy our overture this evening. Thank you. Is this on? Can you hear me? Okay. So we now need to present the first set of awards, and please give a wonderful reception. Welcome to Erin Chambers. The Journalism Awards. Each year, the Journalism Bar is awarded to those students who go above and beyond the basic duties of a cadet enrolled in a journalism course. Recipients of the Journalism Bar must display exemplary classroom conduct and significant written or photographic contribution to the production of the yearbook and newspaper. The following students will receive the Journalism Bar for the 2014-15 school year: Robert Abbott, Simon Barrera, Maxwell Broughton, Hunter Bush, Rogelio Correa Lopez, Oscar Cotada Alias, Eric Jensen, Jonathan Richardson, Santiago Sanchez, Justin Touche, and Hang Zhang. In early February, MMA senior and aspiring artist Hang Zhang of Shenzhen, China, received an honorable mention award for the 2015 Missouri Writing Region of the Scholastic Writing Awards contest. Zhang's sonnet entitled "Finally Embrace the End of Our Love" was selected from nearly 1,000 submissions received from throughout Missouri and Kansas City, Kansas. Zhang also won a silver key in the Midwest region of the Scholastic Art Awards for his photography submission entitled "Appetite." The aspiring artist and photographer submitted a total of 6 pieces to both contests. Congratulations, Cadet Zhang. This year's Pearl Green Whitney Memorial Award recipient is junior Justin Christopher Touche of Marion, Illinois. Justin is to be commended for his outstanding photography of academic events, including classes, soccer, rail splitter events, drill, basketball, and the Crucible, and also the band. Throughout the year, Justin sacrificed his limited free time to photograph school functions, and as a result, his photographs are featured prominently in the 2015 edition of the TAPS yearbook. Well done, Justin. This year's Lyle C. Wilson Award recipient is senior Jonathan Quinn Richardson of Cohasset, Minnesota. Jonathan is a talented photographer and 2-year member of the yearbook staff. Jonathan also served as a marketing intern this year, spending his 7th period making copies, running errands, taking photos, and receiving real-world job experience. Congratulations, Jonathan. Please give Erin a fantastic round of applause. She wins loads of awards for a yearbook, and it's also her birthday today. Okay, could have just done this over there, I guess. On with the program. We're going to feature a young man now who has been successful in gaining a place in DePaul University in Chicago. And he's our lead trumpet player, and he's going to play a wonderful piece of music. It's entitled Gabriel's Oboe, and it's the soundtrack. The soundtrack has won numerous awards. It's the soundtrack from the film The Mission, and it's a wonderful piece of music. And so please give a warm welcome to play Gabriel's Oboe, Tony Vaughan. Wasn't that, hello, Zot? Yeah, wasn't that wonderful? Did you enjoy that? Yeah, once again, Tony Vaughan. Okay, at this point, hopefully the high school band will be making their way off the stage. I said hopefully. Wishfully. Yes, off you go. Go on, go, quick. And please give a warm welcome to the choir, their accompanist, Major Peggy Raynard, and their choir director, Major Mike Shoemaker.
We'd like to take you on a trip on Route 66. And we're going to feature 3 young men, and they're going to try a little bit of scat singing.
Travel my way, take the highway, that's the best. Get your kicks on Route 66. It winds from Chicago to LA, more than 2,000 miles all the way. Get your kicks on Route 66. Now you go through St. Louis, drop in Missouri, and Oklahoma City is mighty pretty. You'll see Amarillo, Gallup, New Mexico, Flagstaff, Arizona, don't forget Winona, Kingsman, Barstow, San Bernardino. Won't you get hip to this timely tip? When you make that California trip, get your kicks on Route 66.
Ba-doo-wee-doo-and-doo-wah,
Ba-doom-doo-wah, ba-doo-da, ba-doo-da, ba-doom-doo-wah,
ba-doo-and-doo-wee,
ba-doom-doo-wah, ba-doom-doo-wee.
ba-doo-and-doo-wah.
Ba-da-ba, doo-doo-and-doo-wah, ba-doo-and-doo-wah. Now you go through St. Louis, drop in Missouri, and Oklahoma City is mighty pretty. You'll see Amarillo, Gallup, New Mexico, Flagstaff, Arizona, don't forget Winona, Kingsman, Barstow, San Bernardino. Won't you get hip to this timely tip? When you make that California trip, get your kicks on Route 66. Get your kicks on Route 66. Get your kicks on Route 66. Yeah!
We'd like to feature this last song that we're going to do. And this year is a great significance in the United States. For over 150 years ago, the Civil War came to an end this month. World War II came to an end 70 years ago. 100 years ago, World War I was just winding up and starting on its terrible atrocities of the first war to end all wars. And what we've selected tonight is called The Mansions of the Lord. It was featured on a movie, We Were Soldiers. And this kind of portrays what we want to tell and show our appreciation for all of those who have gone and given the supreme sacrifice so that we could be here and sing any song we want to.
Where no rockets fly, nor No
Okay, on with the awards for vocal category. The Philip Russell Award is for Outstanding First Year Chorus Member, and that is presented to Cadet Francisco Fletes. And the main award, the award for greatest contribution for chorus, is presented to Kitaro Kazumatsu. Yep, this really is a military operation, this concert. Well, hopefully the middle school and prep band will be getting ready. Yep, are we all ready, guys? Just like to say a couple of words about the choir. I think you all will agree that was fantastic, very moving stuff, certainly that mentions of the Lord. I'd like to publicly thank the director, choir director, Major Mike Shoemaker, who's just been a wonderful support to me since I came over in October. A very wise head, very wise shoulders. So thank you, Mike. It's great to work with you. But also to Major Peggy Reynard, who is a wonderful accompanist on the piano there. Yeah, somewhere. Both the two of them don't just sing choir and play the piano. They both do lots of other things in the school. And I know Peggy wins numerous awards for her future business leaders class. But you know, they work tirelessly, so thank you guys. You really are an asset to the school and certainly the department. Okay, we should all be in place now. Has everyone got music? Yeah? Brilliant. Right, we're going to play two pieces. Now, the guys sat behind me are the middle school in the front row. So wave your hands, middle schoolers. Majano. Oh, apart from, sorry, Pat Chesnick, he's not a middle schooler. He gets up the front. He sits there and takes charge of them, looks after them, keeps them in line. And the other guys, prep band. Say hello, prep band. Now, these guys have been playing instruments for less than a year. It's less than 1 year. In fact, Q Liu has been playing for how long now? Are you trombone? 3 months? 4 months. And we're going to play two pieces. The first piece, in fact, I'm not even going to introduce it. You'll recognize it. And if you feel like dancing, then please do.
Surfing USA. Okay.
Thank you. We're going to try the next one without a safety net. I'm not actually sure we've played it correctly once through yet, but hopefully they're going to raise their game and do it tonight. So cross everything. I am. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Just drums. Just play really loud drums, okay? It's a very famous piece of music by the pen of Giacomo Rossini, and this will keep our academic dean happy, Dr. Giuseppe from Italy. It's entitled William Tell. Yeah, leave that. Spirited, if nothing else. Didn't they do well? Yeah. Woo! Hopefully the high school band are coming back on. High school band, hello. Here they go. Every young cadet wants to play the saxophone. That's a problem when you're playing music like that. You can't really hear the tune. You just got this noise from the saxophones. So, but that's fine. They all think the saxophone's cool. But they're all doing really well. And hopefully they'll be in the high school band next year. Okay, so the final piece in the first half is a piece entitled Viva la Vida. It's by a famous, fantastic English band called Coldplay. Probably most of you will know it. Now, during the interval, I say intermission, isn't it? It's an intermission, not an interval. During the intermission, please, if you haven't already, or even if you have already, go back up and have a look at some of the artwork up there. There's some really good stuff, and Lieutenant Cheryl Morris, the wonderful art teacher here, has put a superb amount of work, as have all the cadets, to make that look good for this weekend. So you've got 15 minutes to go and have a look if you haven't, and then we'll be back down starting the second half once that's done. So, to take us up to the interval, they should be sat here now. This is Viva la Vida. We need to do the art awards. Okay, the first 8 awards, if you'd like to wait until the end and then all come up, all 8 of you, please. Now, the 2014-2015 Art Awards. The Leonardo da Vinci Art Award for being a writer, an artist, a Renaissance man. Gabriel Vallejo. The Pablo Picasso Art Award for always sketching and improving. Zhenghui Zhang Zhen, better known as. The Norman Rockwell Art Award for the best in illustrating skills. Jose Estrada Pinon. The Michelangelo Art Award for best in sculpture. Naramandak Ayulugui. The Banksy Graffiti Art Award. There's two for this award, and it's Jordan Hornick from the middle school and Max Perez from the high school. The Best in Unconventional Art Award, Brennan Morand. The Art Club Most Creative Art Award, Victor Gomez. And the Heart and Soul Art Award, the most dedicated art student to projects, is Carlos Moreno Pina. Well done. Steady. Okay, on to the plaques. The Art Achievement Award goes to Joshua Campbell.
I do want to say something about Josh. When he first came into art class, he was a little shy about knowing what to do, but I've watched him grow, not only in his sketches, but in his confidence level, and it was no doubt in my mind this is the plaque that needed to go to him. So.
The MMA Creative Arts Award, there's two recipients for this plaque. If they could both step forward at the same time, please. Emilio Nani Deval and Gregory Prinster.
I have to say something about these boys, too. Oh, my gosh, Greg cracks me up every day. I'm not sure if to correct him or just laugh at him. But I call him my mad scientist because he is constantly creating something and he can't hardly slow down. You can just see the craziness come out in it. But I have enjoyed thoroughly watching him do different things. And he's not afraid if something doesn't quite go right to just scrap it and start all over again. Nanny is my go-to guy. Anytime we have a project that comes in from someone else, he's like, ma'am, I'll do it. I can do it. So there's no doubt that these two boys deserve this plaque. So.
The Junior School Art Achievement Award. The Junior School Art Achievement Award goes to Alec Anderson.
I have a lot of talented middle schoolers. I mean, actually, some of them can kind of duck the seniors. They really have just do amazing work. Alec, he's consistently trying different things, and he just amazes me to watch him. It was kind of a tough decision because I have so many top middle schoolers, but in the end, he's the one that deserved this plaque. So, thank you.
You want to say something else? Oh, okay.
I want something to kind of brace me, though. This is my first year teaching art here at MMA, and it's just been an amazing year. Normally, we just have the 3 plaques, but in my book, every one of these kids that are in my class deserve some recognition. I created 7 new awards just because I think the kids needed a little bit more for me to give out. But we have created so many different things. I hope they have enjoyed their school year. I hope they've learned a lot. I think by far a favorite project was our theater project. The room was a total disaster, but who can have fun with a glue gun and paint? So I look forward to next year, and we hope to have lots of new and exciting things to do. But thank you again for letting your kids come to MMA, and I thoroughly, thoroughly enjoy them in class. Thanks.
All right, how we doing tonight? You guys ready to rock? All right.
Do it.
Evening. This is my first time, so bear with me. So this is our rock band. The piece that we just played is Today by the Smashing Pumpkins. Special thanks to our lead singer, Cody Allen. I hope you're all having a great evening. This next one you guys might know. It's by Blink-182. It's All the Small Things. Our lead singer for this one is Gian. Might know him. Let's hit it.
Mic check.
All the small things, truth care, truth pains. I'll take one lift. You're right, best trip. Always, I know you'll be at my show, watching, waiting, coming to rating. Saying it so, I'll not go. Turn the lights off, carry me home. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Late night, come home, work sucks, I know. She left me roses by the stairs. Surprised she let me know she cares. Saying it so, I will not go. Turn the lights off, carry me. Na 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 na. 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 Here you go now. Saying it so, I will not go. Turn the lights off, carry me home. Keep your head still, I'll be your thrill. So now we'll go on, my little windmill. Saying it so, I will not go. Turn the lights off, carry me home. Keep your head still, I'll be your thrill. So now we'll go on, so now we'll go on, my little windmill.
Yeah, Connor Cunningham has put in loads and loads of work. When I arrived in October, he was okay on the guitar. You know, he's been playing a little while, but his playing has just gone through the roof. He's really dedicated musician. He absolutely loves it. And any spare minute, if there's 10 minutes in the day, sir, let's rig up rock band. Let's do rock band. Oh, Connor, come on, I'm busy. I've got things to do. But no, he's really passionate. And the rock band that you saw out there today, okay, it needs polishing and a little bit more work yet, but that's all because of Connor. So good effort, Connor. Let's hear it once more for Connor Cunningham. Okay, you think you've got the things organised, and clearly you haven't. Okay, this is the jazz band. Got Christian Cosner, Yanil Gion, Jacob Conyers. Jacob Conyers, let's hear it for Jacob. Gavin Hendy, Chandler Bollinger, Joshua John, Reed Vaughan, Miles O'Keefe, Ethan Eisman on drums, and the one and only Major Mike Shoemaker on piano. This is the jazz band. And last but not least, the most important person in the band, the bass player, Xiao Liang. Okay, this piece needs no introduction. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Thank you, Gian. Okay, that was Take the A Train, obviously. Now that A-Train referred, Take the A-Train referred to the new A subway service that runs through New York City and opened up in 1936. Now it's composed in 1939 after Duke Ellington offered Strayhorn a job in his organization. Now he gave money for him to travel to Pittsburgh to New York City. And when Ellington wrote him directions to Strayhorn, he simply said, just take the A-Train. So that was how that name came to be. Okay, we're going to move on with a wonderful composition by the king of jazz, really, and king of trumpet. A man who grew up and lived in St. Louis. His name's Miles Davis, and this is a wonderful piece called All Blues. And if you need to go and buy an album, or if there's one album that you must have in your collection, it's Miles Davis' Kind of Blue. I urge you to get it. It's an absolute masterpiece of music writing, and this features on it. It's Miles Davis, All Blues. Thank you. That was all blues and featured the trumpet player once again of Reed, Tony Vaughan and Unil G on the solos there. Let's hear it for them. Yeah. Okay, we're going to finish this this part of the show with a superb piece of music by the pen of Herbie Hancock. Now, he wrote this in 1964, and during his early years, he was a member of the Miles Davis Quartet, Herbie Hancock's Cantaloupe Island. Okay, thank you very much. Once more, the jazz band. Okay. You should move all this. Okay, we're going to just move the stage around once more. Always difficult when you're trying to get so much music in to a show like this, and you perhaps wouldn't feature so many different ensembles when doing a concert, a public paying concert. But because this is the Fine Arts Festival, we were keen to show you what we can do, or sort of what they can do, the cadets. And everybody wanted to come and show off their talents, which I think they're doing extremely well. Which leads me nicely on to the next young gentleman who arrived looking super fly in Superfly. Do you know what that means? Cool, like really trendy Chinese kid with all these really cool clothes on. And when he came to look at the school, he said he plays the piano and he had his cool hairdo. And then we just gave him a uniform and said, you need to change that, son. We'll make a man of you yet. This piano needs pushing out. They're getting on it now. So he joined us in January. You've already seen him once this evening. He featured on trombone. He was the guy that's been playing the trombone for 4 months now. But his forte is the piano forte. He really is a fantastic player, which you're going to see now. I'm going to try and pronounce his name. I keep getting it wrong, and we've been working at it. His name is Liu Tsiyu. Is that good? Liu Tsiyu. Yeah? Okay. Liu, here he is. This is Liu Tsiyu, and he's going to play. He takes part in our private music program, where they come down for an hour a day, and they get individual tuition. We try and teach him the piano. I'm not a pianist, but I try and help him out as much as I can musically. I try and help him out with the trombone. Major Shoemaker helps him out on the piano. But anyway, enough from me. You want to hear this guy play. He's going to play a wonderful piece, a Chopin Nocturne. Ladies and gentlemen, Liu Tsiyu. You, back on. Come and take a bow. You to you. Back on. Wasn't that wonderful? Take a bow. Take another bow. Good job. Take a bow. I'll do it afterwards. Yeah. So we're going to get him entered into the competitions next year for sure. We'll clean sweep with him, I'm sure. Okay, the penultimate piece of the concert is from the pen of the March King once more. He wrote this for the high school band over in Washington, where it used to be called the Columbia District, Washington, D.C. It's from the pen of John Philip Sousa. Again, he wrote this pretty much when the school was founded, just after 1880. This is simply called High School Cadets. Thank you. Some more awards now. And if I could ask the house lights to be put up, please. Good. Okay, and if I could ask all the cadets to please stand now. Thank you, including band. Stand to attention, because Special Order number 58 for superior achievement in arts, individual performance and practice of the arts, and a personal appreciation for the arts, the following are awarded the Fine Arts Ribbon. For visual arts, Alfonso Leon Aguilar, Ariandev Sandui, Naramandak Ayugli, Gabriel Vallejo, Jose Estrada Pinon, Emilio Nani Deval, Gregory Prinster, Zenghui Zhang, Daniel Mezqua, Carlos Moreno Pena. For vocal music, Zikun Deng, Eduardo Gonzalez, Kotaro Kazumatsu, Jean-Luc Shaika. And for instrumental music, Ethan Eisenman, Gavin Hendy, Unil Gion, Robert Moore, and Reed Vaughan. Could I please ask those names that I've mentioned to remain standing, and if everybody else could please sit down and show your applause. Thank you. Thank you. You take your seats. Two more awards that I need to give out before we play the final piece. And the first one is the Jorashi Jazz Award for outstanding contribution to the stage band, jazz band. And once again, that goes to Yunil Jion. Do we have a photographer for that? No. Never mind. You had a photo last year. You'll probably get one next year as well. And the final award is the Sousa Award for Outstanding Contribution to Band. Now this goes to a young man who performed a fantastic solo this evening, and it gives me great pleasure to award this award, the Sousa Award for 2014-15, to Tony Vaughan. Okay, which leads us up to our final piece of the evening. Now, you're meant to go, oh. It's the final piece of the evening. It's sadder than that. Oh, come on. Don't leave me dangling. It's a wonderful piece of music. Before I do that, there's just a few thank yous I'd like to give. First and foremost, the maintenance staff, Greg Morton, who once again puts on a wonderful show, and he's made the place look wonderful, all the gardens and the surrounding areas, and I think you'll agree, MMA's looking in superb shape, and the surrounding areas. So thank you, Greg, and the maintenance staff. Yep. I'd like to thank Mike Koulas, who performed on drums. He's been working tirelessly this week, and he's done a fantastic job doing the lighting, the sound, and he's not a bad drummer either. So, Mike, thank you for all your support. Peggy Reynard as the accompanist, and just all-round good egg. And for the amount of work she puts into MMA, I know she really is an absolute asset. And without her, the place just wouldn't be the same. So thank you, Peggy. And also her husband, Colonel Dana Reynard, who I mentioned earlier. But thank you, Dana. He steps in when I can't be here for whatever reason. But he's a great asset also. Mike Shoemaker, the choir director. Yeah. The Dean of Academics, Frank Giuseppe, Dr. Giuseppe, for his enthusiasm. He just comes and gate crashes my rehearsals and grabs the baton and says, "Let me have a go." He's just a fiery Italian who absolutely loves his music and just gives me so much support. So thank you, Dr. Giuseppe. This is... I was going to wrap this all up in a one. This has turned into a bit of an Oscar thing, isn't it? Perhaps I should just shut up and get on with it. The president, Mr. McGeorge, wonderful support to the band. He absolutely loves music, and it was him that got me over here and convinced me that this is where I needed to be. I'd just finished my career in the Royal Marines, and he took a chance. He didn't know what he was going to get, and I hope he's not too disappointed. The guys seem to pull out of the bag. But thank you, President, Mr. McGeorge. If I've forgotten anyone, Cheryl Morris. Hey, Cheryl Morris, please, everybody, give her a big cheer. Just for being an all-round delightful person that she is. Well, I think I've pretty much covered it all there. My final thanks go to you, the parents, not you cadets. I don't thank you. Of course I do. But no, you the parents who, without you, these guys wouldn't be here. I won't say any more about that, but your support is, sorry. Your support is absolutely vital, and especially the band parents. And you guys raising over £2,000, $2,000, should I say, for the band shirts. And we should be sporting a new set of drums this time next year. And I think you'll agree. We've got fine core drums, and it's just going to look even better with the drums out front. So thank you for your support. My final thanks go to the band. They put me through the mill, I can tell you, and I'm sure you, yeah. But no, they are great, and I absolutely love working with them. I've forged some really good relationships with them, with each and every one of them. They're all very good characters, and I do thank you guys for pulling it out of the bag once again. Sometimes I think we're not going to pull it out of the bag, but then they just come and do what they do tonight. Anyway, that's enough from me. I was going to say something about this next piece, but I'm not. I'm just going to conduct it. Thank you very much. Have a safe journey home. Enjoy the day tomorrow, and thanks for being a wonderful audience.